Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Hello, I don't know why I'm nervous because this is like, it's my own home. Without further ado, this time we've got like episode 2 in my epic journey. Yes, it took a long time to get here. I had technical difficulties. So this time I'm going to be talking about my epic interview. So essentially questions that they asked me, how I answered them. I'm not going to give you my exact answers because, well, I mean, it was a long time ago. As you can remember from a previous video, if you have not watched it yet, check it out. I'll link it. But yeah, this time it's my epic interview. I had it on the 18th of October. So, oh no, my interview was on the 17th of October. And then I found it on the 18th. So let's get physical. It's okay. Well, let's get started. I'm going to be using like my paper over here. This is just so I stay like on track and I don't go like tell you about how as a child a hamster died and I started crying. No. So let's get started. Yeah. She took me through like how the process will go. So there's 3 stages to the interview. The first stage was going to be essentially just going through my application form, checking if I am who I am, like my name, my surname, my age, which high school I went to, etc. The second point would be the actual interview, so my Korean, why Korea, my experience rather, and all that, and all those questions. And the third section was going to be the way forward. Was the way forward. So the third section was the way forward with my application, with my epic application. Right, cool. So let's get straight into the interview portion, because the first part, I mean, you know yourselves, so it's just straightforward. It's from the application form. Second part, the interview. So my interview questions were: number 1, my location preference. So I chose flexible. So she asked me, would I be comfortable being placed anywhere else in South Korea? So I essentially just told her, bruv, give me a job, baby girl, give me a job. But like, I just informed her that I did my research on Korea, and wherever I am placed, I believe that that's where I'm gonna make the biggest impact with my students, with my co-teachers, and with anyone else that I live and work around. So yeah. Second question was, I'm allergic to pollen, amongst other things, but she was more worried about the pollen, especially because there's yellow dust in South Korea. So she essentially just wanted to check, to gauge the severity of my allergy and if I had medication. So I do have a medication. I use loratadine. So it was a non-issue really. My third question was, it's like that strengths and weaknesses question at an interview. So I essentially just told her that I am a flexible person. I explained who I am. It's basically just explaining who you are. I'm a bubbly person. I enjoy talking, spending time with people, working with people, growing with people, and yeah. So my personal interests include like hiking, going out with friends, sitting at home reading a book. Some of y'all know, I love reading books. So it's that, traveling my country, traveling even outside of the country, helping people out, children's homes, help out there. So interests and hobbies go aligned with that. The next question, she asked me about my knowledge and experience. with, especially with the fact that I studied I have an IT degree, right? So she was asking like, do I have any knowledge and experience where I would be teaching people, you know? So I just informed her that at school we had quite a few presentations, and I was headlining some of them. I informed her that there were times when I was helping out my foreign peers on like English and some languages in South Africa, especially Zulu. Everyone just comes here to learn Zulu. But I just essentially just explained to her all the things that I did in school. So I've spent a few times in positions where I'd have to either help someone or teach someone or, you know, explain something to someone, you know, all that. So at this point, you just really want to make it look like you are the best candidate for the position. Yeah. I informed her about how great of an education system South Korea has. It's one of the best in the world, rather, in the country, in the world. And the reason for that is I have a career path that I'm forging, and being in Korea helps me build on that career path, especially my career path being in the teaching stream, you know. So I explained to her how Korea is really rooted in their culture and their traditions, and I love that. And here you want to add in the research that you've done, and, you know, show her that you've done some research, you know what's happening what's happening in Korea, you know. So yeah, I basically informed her that, you know, I'm learning Korean. I'm learning about Korea. That's how I know about the very strong tradition and the culture. I also said I just said like one phrase in Korean, the different types of food they have. And I just essentially just shared with her the kind of information that I found out. I've done my research, I've asked around. What I said was, firstly, it would be the language barrier. So I informed her that I am learning Korean. So that's going to make it easier eventually at some point. And then the second biggest issue was the fact that would I be a good enough teacher for my students? So I don't have any experience, you know, in teaching in the classroom. So it would kind of be a tricky kind of situation. But obviously this is not something that I can learn in the air. It's something that I can only learn while I'm experiencing it, while I'm teaching, you know. My third point was the Korean spicy food. I've heard that Korean food is quite spicy. So that's also something that I will have to work on and tackle as the time comes, you know. I reiterated that I have a flexible personality and I believe that I'm a solutions-based person. So should something happen right now and it's on my lap, I will try and find the best possible solution for it. I also do pre-preparation, especially with Korea, because, you know, I've done some research. A lot of people have said that, like, sometimes you'll come into work and then they'll go, yeah, no, you're not teaching the class that you thought you were teaching, you're teaching a different class. So it's very important to always have like a lot of extra information, extra documents, extra tools in your tool bag to just bring out when you need them. So this is also in your application form. So you'd really want to read your own application form to see what it is that you said. I just basically informed her on my teaching philosophy, and it's not just that, but it includes that I would like to maximize student talking time and less teacher talking time. This is basically just to say that more interaction with the students, within themselves, more this way they learn quickly, like more if they're in the actual lesson and they are interacting in the lesson, then that makes it much better for all parties involved. Essentially just told her that I plan on creating a relationship even outside of my lessons. This way you get to know your students, you get to know their strengths, you get to know what their weaknesses are, you get to strengthen those weaknesses, and in a more casual setting, and not just I'm the teacher and you're the student and that's just it. I also intend on involving them in the decision making of the classroom. So when there's rules that need to be put in place, we're all going to interact and we're all going to pitch into those rules, and we're all going to say this is good and this is bad. This way they know, and we have a respect and a trust kind of relationship that has been set up. Right, so this is twofold. Firstly, am I aware that I have a co-teacher? Yes, I am aware that I will have a co-teacher in the class, thank goodness. And should she or he be making any errors in the classroom, how do I intend on handling this? I would literally just ask my co-teacher to step outside, inform her or him on the errors that they made in whatever it is they were teaching, and then try and work towards a way on how we're going to tackle the issue at hand. Just to make sure, just to create a good relationship with each other, and to understand that that's my kind of boss, my superior in a way. So should they make a mistake, as the English teacher, I would know what needs to be said and how it needs to be said. So I'll then just tell them privately. No one likes to be called out in a crowd. That's just about it. That's all the questions. Thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. What she told me after this was essentially the next steps of my application. She informed me that there's going to be about 2 or 3 days wait before I find out if I've been successful or not. I found out the next day, and she essentially just went through my application form, my health check. There is a health check that you have to take on the application form, about tattoos and piercings. So I got an extra piercings. I told her about that. She said it's fine, but you have to speak to the school. Essentially just the way forward, what happens next and all that. But thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Should you have any questions at all, questions, comments, anything, please put it down in the comments below. Should you have liked this video at any point, please give it a thumbs up. And if you didn't like it, just thumbs up. But thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Yeah. Have an amazing day, night, morning, evening. Yeah. Thank you.